Okay, everybody, we're going to go ahead and get started. I appreciate all y'all showing up tonight. We're going to talk tonight about hosting a successful Facebook party for uppercase living. The most important thing to remember about a Facebook party is that it's not the best way to sell our products. An in-home demonstration is still the single best way to introduce our amazing expressions to a large group of people all at once. However, sometimes an in-person open house just isn't a possibility. And that's where the beauty of the Facebook party comes in. So, a few of the things that we're going to cover tonight. We're going to talk about the pros and cons of Facebook events. We're going to talk about how to set up a Facebook event, coaching your hostess, getting your guests involved, and this tends to be one of the hardest parts of a Facebook party, and how to run a live party. So, let's start with the pros and cons, the pluses and the minuses of having a Facebook party. So, on the pro side, it reaches people too far away for an in-home party. I live in North Carolina. I've got a gal in Texas that holds a Facebook party for me a couple times a year, and she does a great job at it. And there was no way that she and I would be able to connect if it weren't for Facebook. A Facebook party is also convenient for people who might not be able to make it to an in-home party. Maybe they're single moms and they don't have childcare, or they're shift workers and so they work in the evenings when their friends are off. Whatever the reason, it is convenient for people who may not be able to make it in the evening or on a Saturday afternoon. Okay, this one's kind of silly, but it's true. It's flu season, and there's also a measles epidemic in our country, so there's no germs when you're on Facebook. So, you know what? That may be a good option. All right, this is a huge plus. There's a larger invitation pool. Think about it. How many friends do you have on Facebook? Probably hundreds. So does your hostess. So she has a pool of hundreds of people to invite versus the 10 to 20 that you'd normally get with an in-home party. And the last best thing about a Facebook party is you get to party in your pajamas. There's no cleaning your house. There's no making snacks. So what are some drawbacks of a Facebook party? Well, this is a big one. It is more work for you, for me, the demonstrator. It is a lot more work to have a Facebook party than it is to be at an in-home party. Another issue, and I touched on this before, is that there's less interaction with the guests. You're not in the same room with them. You're not sitting with them. This is a big one too. Your Facebook parties rely heavily on your hostess. Your hostess is the only connection that you have to her friends. All right, another drawback, Facebook makes it hard to see invitations. So we're going to touch on that in a little bit, but you'll understand what I mean. All right, here's another one. When you're having a Facebook party or it's online, customers aren't able to see and touch the vinyl. That's huge. When somebody can actually see and touch and see the high quality of our vinyl, it sells them almost immediately. They don't get that on Facebook. This one's also big. When your hostess has a party and everybody's sitting in her living room, there's a feeling of commitment that they need to buy from their friend, the hostess. You don't get that in a Facebook party. So we're going to talk a little bit about how to work with that. So here's the big thing. Where do I start? Where do we start with this? There's no magic formula for a successful Facebook party, just as there isn't a magic formula for a successful in-home open house. You can prepare and work it to the best of your ability, but much of it lies in the luck of the draw. I've had $600 plus Facebook parties and other ones that didn't get one single order. So, after we've made the decision to have a Facebook party versus an in-home party, and trust me, if it's anywhere close to local to me, I will try to talk her into an in-home open house. My first step is to talk with the hostess. I explain that with a Facebook party, she'll have to be very active. Keep in mind that her guests don't know you, so they very likely won't respond to you in the same way that they will to her. So her job is huge in a Facebook party. You and the hostess will also need to decide between a standard catalog party or a live Facebook party. I often combine the two, especially if a party is lagging. The live event can really give the party a kick in the pants. All right, another thing that you need to talk about with your hostess is how long are you going to leave the party open? I find that shorter length Facebook parties are best, no longer than a week for sure. Keeping it open for between 3 to 5 days, I found is best. All right, you also need to set up a Facebook event page. We'll talk more about that as we go along, but that's huge, and that's actually, a lot of you are on that tonight, on the Facebook event page that I set up for this. All right, I also let the hostess know to invite lots of people. Start inviting people. Keep inviting people. Should the hostess really invite lots of people? Absolutely. Facebook will only show the event to some people, and the more they invite, the better the chance that someone will see it. Okay, don't believe me that you're not seeing all of your Facebook events? Go to this link, facebook.com/events/upcoming. Take a look at the events you've been invited to that you may have missed. The more that know about your party, the better. So, I keep talking about a live party versus a catalog party. What does that mean exactly? Well, there are several similarities between a standard catalog party and a live party, but there are also some significant differences. So let's go over them. With a catalog party, this is just your regular catalog party. You'll create an event page just like you'd receive for any Facebook invitation. Even if the party isn't taking place on Facebook, I make an event page. Here's a little secret too. When I have an in-home open house, I make an event page for it. Because that way, if my hostess is in North Carolina, but she's got friends in California, they can help her out and order. So I make an event page for every party I have. All right. Also for a catalog party, you're going to share a lot of pictures. As a demonstrator, you're going to share lots of pictures of our expressions and share them, best case scenario, applied in rooms. People love to see our expressions on walls in homes. It's just so much better for them than you taking a screenshot of what we have in our catalog. All right. With a catalog party, you're also going to post questions asking for input from guests. What rooms do you want uppercase living in? What's your favorite expression? What's your favorite color? Where in your home do you need some personality? This leads, hopefully, to interaction with hostesses and guests. You want to answer their questions, share pictures for specific situations, really try to draw them out and get them involved. All right. For a catalog party, your event happens over the course of several days at varying times, so you can decide when it works best for you. You know, you may post in the morning, you may post in the afternoon. You will need to post several times a day because, again, Facebook does not show everybody the posts that happen, even on an event page. It's sometimes hard to get guests interaction because with an event that takes place over several days, your guests are coming and going in and out of the event. They're on their regular timeline. So you're going to see that you might get what I call drive-by postings, where they come in and they post something and then they leave and you have to draw them back. Use the tagging feature on Facebook. It'll help you. All right, a catalog party is less work for you because you choose when to post. If you've got kids that take naps in the afternoon, then naps may be a great time for you to post, and you can make that decision. If you work during the day and you can only post in the evening, again, you can decide when you're going to post. All right, so that's a catalog party. Let's look at a live party. To do a live party, again, it takes place on the event page, just like I've set up for tonight, just like I set up for every party that I have. All right, for a live party, you're also going to share lots of pictures again. The thing with a live party, you're going to start it out just like a regular party, but when I share pictures before the actual live event, I limit what information I give them because I want them to be there for the live event. I want to pick their curiosity. I don't want to give them all the information at once because if they feel like they have it all, they're never going to show up for the live event. So I do post questions for guests. I want to get their interactions. I want to get their ideas. I want to know before I go into the live event what they want. That's part of interacting with the hostess and the guests. You want to make sure that they know that you're there for them. All right, here's my point. Sharing is limited until the party starts. Again, if you know everything and you've seen everything for a party, you're never going to show up for it. So give them just enough. Tease them with the information, give them some ideas, but don't give them everything. All right, this one's huge for me, and I have a really hard time with this one. Your party should only last 30 to 45 minutes maximum. I have a really hard time getting in and out of a party before an hour, but most people don't want to spend that much time. You may find, and this has been my experience, that once you get going, people really hang out and they like to talk and they get going with it and they'll stay with you for the full hour, but really, really try to keep your party to 35 to 45 minutes. All right, here's one of the things with a live party. It happens quickly. I'll give you a little secret. I have my husband who sits next to me, and he helps me out during live parties because it can get crazy. There are a lot of times when he and I are both working on things and we're both posting and we're trying to get things done because I've got people that want me to design items in an MDS, and I've got people that want pictures of this, and I've got people that are asking this. It can get a little crazy. It's really hard to keep up sometimes, but it's okay. And you can let them know. Say, you know, I'm doing the best I can. Give me just a few minutes to catch up. And that's part of why a lot of times I go over that 45-minute maximum, but try really hard to keep it shorter. Okay. So, hostess coaching. Hostess coaching still needs to take place with a Facebook event, maybe even more so than with an in-home open house. I do most of this over Facebook messaging so that I can see when she's seen the message. There's a little bit of, hey, I know you've seen it, so, and she knows that. I do send an edited version of an open house hostess coaching email. So when I set up their party in my back office, you know how you can send that email when you get to the very end, you send the email to your hostess. I edit one and I copy and paste it in there. I'll load it into the files after the webinar so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. I make sure that my hostess knows that it's her enthusiasm that's going to carry the party. If she has expressions already installed in her home, make sure she has pictures to share of them during the party. That's huge. I also tell her to talk her party up in real life. Most people are on Facebook, but if they aren't, they can still place orders and help her out. Just because it's an online party doesn't mean that's the only place that orders can take place. All right, after she's invited everyone, and I mean everyone, because really we all get event invitations on Facebook from people that we barely know. So after she's invited everyone, I send her a graphic to post to her personal wall and tag the guests in it. It's nothing big. It just says, ladies, check your events. You've got an invitation. I made it up in MDS. That's another one of my hints. Use MDS for the things that you do because there's no better way to show it off and to get experience in it than to play in it. So I send her a picture, let her know to tag her guests in it, because that way even those who didn't get notice of the event invitation will hopefully get a notification of the tag. Sometimes Facebook is better with one than the other, so hopefully that'll cover both. All right. One thing that I do talk to the hostess about is that she has to be active in her party. A lot of this is by commenting, tagging friends, in the email I send her, as well as later in a Facebook message. Yes, I do it twice. I emphasize her role in the party. I'll say something like, one way you can help is by being active on your party page. Be sure to like and share posts. Another great way to generate interest in your party is by tagging friends in the comments, saying things like, Carol, here's the door I told you about, or Susan, I think this would look amazing in your living room. It's a great way to get everybody interested, to keep them going, and to figure out where their part in the party is. Okay, so we're going to talk about setting up a Facebook event page. You guys saw the ones I did tonight. That's very similar to what I do for my parties. The biggest thing, you want to set up the event page, not your hostess. That gives you the ability to customize it and make it more professional looking. There's a good chance your hostess isn't going to know how to make you a host on the page, so everything that you post on there, if she sets it up, is going to look like you're a visitor, and you want it to seem more like it's your page. So make sure you set up the event page yourself. All right, to do that, I do it through my personal page. I do not do it through my UL fan page, and I do that because it allows you to control the privacy settings a little better, and that way they also get to know you, the person, versus you, the page. So I do it through my personal page. All right. You're going to want to set an interesting event title, include the hostess's name. So for my sample that you see on the screen there, I've got Judy's Online Uppercase Living Party. I know a lot of demos title it things like partying online uppercase style, or however you decide to title it. Make sure you include your hostess's name and then do something fun with the title. All right. Make sure that your description is fun. My description for online events, I changed the details in it, of course, but I write it as though the hostess were talking because this is her party. Even though you set up the page, you make it seem as though it's her talking. So, you'll see something in there. I'm hosting an online uppercase living Facebook party. I hope you'll join us. I give a little bit about what it is. Usually my blurb is something simple like, what's uppercase living? UL offers beautiful vinyl expressions and decor, so you can turn any space into a unique expression of you and your family. I make sure I give links to my website. I give links to my website and link to my Facebook page because my Facebook page has hundreds of photos that they can go through. But my website is where I want them to know to order. All right, when you're setting up your event, make sure you change the privacy setting to invite only so that you're not, it just makes you look a little more business savvy, because as you're setting it up, you don't want everybody on your Facebook timeline seeing what you're setting up. All right, so you've got your Facebook event page set up. It's time to make it look pretty before you invite the hostess or anyone else. So all you've done is set it up. It's invite only. Don't invite the hostess yet. The first thing that you're going to do is change the event photo. There are numerous Facebook cover photos made by Uppercase Living for us in the document library. Use one of those or create your own using your favorite UL pics. I try to gear the event photo to the guests. So if I know the host is a mom of little people, I use more child-centered pics. If I know our clock was the main reason why she wanted to have a party, I make sure to include a picture of the clock in the cover photo. So there's several. If you don't have any cover photos that you like, give Judy or me a shout out. We'll be glad to get you some. You can also use online for free. PicMonkey is great to make collages out of. Canva is really good as well. So there are lots of ideas that you can do. All right. So after I have the information in there and the event photo, you want it to look pretty, I add my hostess. I message her to let her know it's time to invite people and wait for her to invite, and hopefully one or two will join the party quickly. I changed the privacy settings on the group to open invite. You can see where I've got that down there. You can see how to do it. Make sure you click edit, and that's where you add your host and change the privacy settings. All right, so Facebook page is set up. Your hostess is on there. You've changed your privacy. Now this is my very first post. It's always one of our front doors with some kind of a welcome expression on there. People love our welcome expressions. So with that picture, I add a welcome similar to what you see up there. I make sure that I tag the hostess, because now that you've changed the privacy settings, everybody that she's friends with will see the tag that you give your hostess. Make sure you tag your hostess. More people will see your event. I make sure I include links. I include my links to my Facebook page and my website everywhere, all over the party, because invariably, even though it's in there 25 times, somebody's going to say, how do you order, or what's your website? So make sure you have it in there lots. All right, this one's huge. Pin this post to the top of the event page. I say that because especially if you have a live event and everything moves really quickly, they're going to lose that information about where to order. So when you pin it to the top, the information's there for them. All right, so now that we've gotten everything done, it's time to start sharing. Start adding small albums, 4 to 6 pictures each, with photos of our vinyl installed in various rooms. Again, you'll want to tailor what you post to your group. Some good starting ideas are kitchens, living spaces, because everybody has a kitchen and a living space, and our clocks, because they're huge. Make sure to ask for guest interaction on the post. Find out what they're looking for inspiration with. Post pictures of our specials. Include a link to your website and some text with each pic. Make it personal. Be upbeat and cheery and engaging. Remember, they're going to take their cues about the party from you. If it's a standard catalog type party, you'll continue to post various pictures and encourage the guests to order to support the hostess. If you've decided to hold a live Facebook party, make sure you advertise that in the party. I design graphics in MDS announcing a countdown to the party or the end of the ordering period. There's no better way to familiarize yourself with MDS or advertise our fonts than by using them. I make sure to let them know that we'll have games, free vinyl, and fun during the party time. The night of the live event, I do several countdowns in the party. I don't worry too much about annoying the attendees because I know Facebook only shows about 1/10 of what I post. An hour before the party, I post a party day graphic in the party. All right. Then about 30 to 45 minutes before the party, I post my "What do you need?" graphic. I've also taken a picture of myself in slippers with a cup of hot tea and posted it, made it a little more personal. Something I find that's given me better participation and attendance in live parties, I'll post about 45 minutes before the party on my own wall that I'm hosting a live Facebook party in 45 minutes, 30 minutes. Sometimes I forget at 45 minutes. I'll mention that I'll have games, prizes, a chance to win free vinyl, and more. Then I always add in that if anyone has seen me posting about Uppercase Living and are curious, this is a great time to check it out. Add the link for the party into this post so that they know where to go. I've gotten some great responses from this, and it helps your hostess out. All right. Here's my secret to a live party. I create a script. I have a script that I follow that makes it so much easier for me because otherwise I'd get lost in the details. It allows me to cut and paste into the party page. I spend some time before the party updating the script with the right details for that party. The hostess's name, the dates, the specials for the month, and so on. Then I'm ready to roll. I'll upload the script that I use to the file sections after the webinar. It's just and obviously change it, do what works for you, but I know if I'm trying to type and trying to do other things, it'll never happen. So I've got my script open in one window, I've got the Facebook party open in another window, and I've got my website in another window. So I'm ready to go. Okay, during the party, I make sure to offer prizes during the party because who doesn't like to win? Or is that just me? Depending on the group, I might offer more than one prize. If I've got 10 or more ladies in there, I make sure I offer several prizes. The prizes I offer are sample words or vinyl I have around the house or a simple custom that I can make and ship to them. Less than $2, $3 per prize, but they love to win. So this is a quick party game that I've used before. This is part of what makes my parties so chaotic, I think, is because everybody's trying to get points. But that's okay. That's part of the fun. Make sure at the end of the event, whether it's a live party or a regular catalog party, that guests are aware of the ordering deadlines. Keep in contact with the hostess, urge her to follow up with any stragglers, and really, that's it. Facebook parties can be a lot of fun. They're a lot of work, but if you absolutely can't do an in-home party, it's the next best thing. I really, really, really appreciate you guys watching and being there this evening. Let me know if you have any questions. You can tag me on Judy's Facebook page, on the team page, or you can tag me on the event page. I really appreciate it. Thanks, guys.